Now,
Hey fans, welcome to our match day live at Fundamentals. This is game match 3 on ICC World Cup 2023. What a day for the Greens. And we are here representing each of the Greens here. One dominated by Bangladesh in the morning game and one by
and
South
at the
Africa.
evening, South Africa just outclassed Sri Lanka.
Yes. It has been a one-sided game, I believe. Chase, what are
Yeah,
your
so far
thoughts?
all the games in this World Cup has been one-sided. I don't know. Other teams have to pick up. Or are they in T20 mode? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And they're still adapting to the 50 over World Cup because the amount of T20 cricket they play over in a calendar year is more than one day. So the setup itself has been I mean, different for some of the teams here.
Yeah,
Going into the first game right away, Afghanistan versus Bangladesh. Rightly, Afghanistan were put into bat by Bangladesh bowlers.
brilliant
And
decision by Shakib, and it was a sticky wicket. It was
exactly,
runs was difficult to come through. And Bangla started means Afghanistan started well by Gurbaz and Ibrahim. They put a
yeah,
50 odd partnership. Then
close to
the wickets
50. Yeah.
the wickets started tumbling.
Yeah, Shakib, the man again, who's just
Yeah,
stepped into and picked those two crucial wickets and began the domination from there.
he's the
Then,
maestro Bangla always required.
always, exactly. One more thing is, as we spoke about in one of the review shows before, Afghanistan lacks middle order experience. That was
That's a
clearly
well-known
visible
fact.
today.
Their middle order is very means pathetic. It's not they're not scoring runs, and
Yeah,
today they lost the momentum from there. Only
exactly.
one guy contributed in the entire scorecard. That was Rahmanullah Gurbaz.
He
Then
showed some intent. Yeah.
he played a wrong shot and got out.
Exactly. I mean, some of the shots were itself wrong. Okay. If
Yeah,
you see the amount of dismissals, most were bold and it was
yeah,
inside edge. Okay.
yeah.
And
It's
I
a
mean,
very peculiar thing. So many inside edge board. I saw at around 5 to 6 in both the innings we saw.
yeah, exactly. I mean, those were the stages of how Afghanistan went over batting. Okay. But of course, you have to compliment Shakib's and Mehidy's spell, and
Yeah.
which got them into the game. Okay. Really. And putting that decent show to reduce
There,
them to a 150
there's a
show.
question from our subscriber. Are Afghanistan too reliant on Zadran and Gurbaz?
In
What do you
terms
think,
of
Vinny?
batting, yeah, in terms of batting, I feel Gurbaz is too dependent. Okay, but
Yeah,
others needs to provide in that support
yeah,
rather than like being more dominant. I feel, but yeah,
yeah.
dependency is there on these players.
Afghanistan
Gurbaz,
is a side. Suddenly they will perform like anything. Then suddenly they will crumble under the pressure. Today
exactly.
we saw the other side. They didn't even bat for. Means they got out for 37 overs or something like that.
Yeah,
So they have to play entire 50 overs quota.
exactly. I mean, when you don't have middle order support, especially in a longer format of a
And
game,
especially middle order doesn't rotate. Uh,
I
they
know.
they put themselves in pressure and get out.
Exactly. You see the captain Shahidi and Rahmat, okay, they had that start, okay, but they didn't complement those starts. They
Yeah,
just threw away their wickets,
yeah,
which is, I mean, not a good thing to watch as a cricket fan for me because these are one sided games and not a very competitive one, as our
yeah.
subscriber also mentions it. Like, we need more competitive games going forward
Yeah.
in a World Cup competition.
And
Uh,
going with Bangla's bowling, Mehidy and Shakib took three wickets, and Shoriful took 2 wickets. So
yeah,
it was a very much
collective
decent
effect.
day.
Yeah, of course. Decent day for bowlers. Spells were brilliant. And as soon as the batting was done, I think Afghanistan was soaked into that pressure of defending such
Yeah.
a small total, okay, for me, because that was clearly reflected in the fielding effort you saw, right?
So
Three
many
drop
drop catches.
catches. Yeah, three drop catches. Some of the misfields, they could have pulled the game into their stride, but which they didn't. Although they picked up a couple of wickets, okay, initially, if you see, they picked up. They got that start, but they didn't build
Yeah,
on it.
that Tanzit run out, it was a brain fade.
Yeah, yeah,
It was not at all needed. It was unnecessary, and they ran for it, and he got out.
yeah.
Then Fazal took one wicket. Then the partnership between Shanto and Mehidy killed the game.
Kill the game. And exactly, the three drop catches were all Mehdi's. Okay, so had
Yeah.
they taken one of it, they could have put some pressure onto Bangladeshi side. But I mean, after all, it was Bangladesh day. Okay, especially after their valuable bowling, I feel. And what we need to look at another thing is uh, when it comes to Rashid, Mujib, the spinners, right? They should be attacking a little more up front. Up front,
I felt they were attacking, but the total itself, defending at 150 or total, you cannot defend in modern day one day cricket.
yeah, modern it is fine. But what I'm saying is, they need to build. When you know a pitch which is very sticky, you should right away attack. Okay, that's
Yeah,
my concept. Okay, you have always seen Rashid Khan coming a little
but
late into the picture, right?
that's there. And one more thing, even the fielders didn't help them. No, so that the point is that's why
Yeah,
the match.
I mean, the support was very low, but again, Shanto was the man who stood up with the bat. We have
Yeah.
been seeing him right through the calendar
Are
year
you
and
surprised
Asian
with
Cup.
player of the match going to
No,
Mehidy?
totally no,
No,
totally no.
not
I mean,
today. Yesterday
not
there
today.
was a big surprise. No,
Yeah,
not today.
today totally deserving. Mehdi deserved it, so he
Yeah,
got it. So that was first game for me. I mean, there's nothing lot to talk about in the first game.
yeah.
Moving on, Chase. I thought that the second game would be a thriller. Okay, seriously, that was my prediction, but it was a batting paradise, I would
No,
say.
actually,
I mean,
historically, Delhi has been a low and slow ground,
yeah,
and it has always means it has always been a low scoring to games. But
rather
I
than
don't know,
calling it low scoring, it is always a tricky ground. Okay,
tricky round. Yeah,
sometimes the chase goes so
uh,
things like that. Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry, there was a network issue, I believe.
and coming into South Africa's approach, what do you think, Binoy?
I'm sorry, Shays, there was a technical glitch.
Yeah,
Am I audible now?
you're audible, but your video.
Let me quickly join back, Shays.
Yeah. Hi, Binoy. Yeah. Again, we are back.
Yeah. Moving on, yeah. So, where were we, Shays? We were talking
We
about
are
the second
discussing
game,
about
yeah.
the South Africa's approach towards the game.
Yeah, it was tremendous. Okay, batting effort was like classy. I mean, they really took advantage of the pitch, no doubt about it. I mean, scoring
I'm
400 plus.
extremely happy to see Quinton and Rasi van der Dusen build that momentum, giving it to South Africa. Then Martram, Klassen, and Miller unleash their
I'm
strength.
yeah, Markram scoring that fastest century was crazy. It reminded me of ABD Villas versus uh, West Indies long back in
Yeah,
2015, I think. Yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, it
But
just brought back memories.
that's what he has means. He has gone above that record of Kevin O'Brien, which happened in Bangalore here against
Yeah,
England.
yeah, correct, correct. But what about Sri Lankan bowling? What did you feel?
It was actually today was not their day, and it was utter shambolic. It was no other words to describe their bowling. Shambolic.
Okay, so what I felt is in the first 10 overs, okay, Sri Lanka did put in very good efforts, especially
Yeah,
Rajita's spell, okay, initially. I'm talking about first 10 overs. What they
South
didn't
Africa scored
capitalize,
48 odd or something like.
yeah, I mean, Bavuma, another failure. That's another thing to talk about. But apart from that, Rajita's spell initially, along with Madhushankar, was good enough to capitalize on South African batting. Okay. But South Africa, on the other hand, with De Kock's experience and an underrated batsman in Van der Dusen, read the pitch really well, controlled that first 10 overs innings, then dig dive.
Yeah,
That was crazy batting from them. I mean, after all, when you look at it as a whole bowling unit, it was pathetic from Sri Lanka.
yeah. And coming on to they scored 400 odd runs,
Yeah.
three centuries today. Totally in this World Cup now five centuries. So how much are you hoping at the end of the tournament? Some
I mean,
70 80 centuries or
yeah, it's going to be a record making World Cup, I believe, in terms of
yeah,
centuries, okay? And also runs. Trust me,
yeah.
that record of the boy will be
I
beaten.
want to see an high octane run chase game. Today it was 400 odd runs, but Sri Lanka couldn't come to and bat. We saw Kusal Mendes heroics.
Mm.
Su- he was in supreme touch.
I mean, trust me, those shots were like class apart, okay? I mean, modern day cricket, if you have to define, those shots define modern day cricket, okay? For me,
Sri,
Kusal Mendes just tore apart each bowler who bowled at him, okay?
Sri Lanka had to means if Sri Lanka had to win this game, he had to play three times.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. So basically, one of our subscribers is asking for a watch along. Yes, we are planning for watch alongs in the coming days. It's just that
We are
we are
not.
waiting for a
So
blockbuster.
far, we are
Yeah,
getting all one-sided games.
exactly. We are wanting a proper competitive game to do a watch along, especially the last 10 or 5, 10 overs that we are planning to do. So please wait along. We will keep you guys posted whenever we have a watch along.
And
Yeah,
what about Shanaka? He came back to his form today.
I mean, see, I wouldn't say came back because it is a batting paradise race after all.
Yeah,
Everyone could hit here. I
yeah.
want some consistent performance from Chanaka, okay? Especially that I've not seen from Chanaka. He has done this bit against India as well in one of those games some time back, but he couldn't maintain the consistency. So that
So
is my take on
this
Chanaka.
was the game where you have to means accelerate your batting. Like you have to play in 150 strike rate. But
Exactly.
he at the end he managed to get 110 strike rate, but it was not good enough.
Not good enough. I mean, look at it. Aslanka tried his best, okay?
Yeah.
But there was no enough support from Pathun Nisanka. All of us are hoping him to go big, but he's failing after all. Uh, they did. One of our subscribers says they did put up a fight.
Sri Lanka's tail has is wagging a lot nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, rightly said. They did put up a fight, but not enough fight to just go closer. Okay, I mean losing by 102 runs is a bigger margin
Yeah,
after all.
yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah,
what about South African bowling and as well as Bauma's captaincy? What do you think?
so I feel, see, in a pitch like this, captaincy do come into picture if the score was somewhere between 300 and 350. Okay,
Yeah,
when you already have a load of runs behind you, that itself is a support for your team to defend it easily. Okay,
that's a hefty cushion for them.
exactly. So Bauma's captaincy will be, uh, I mean, gauged
Tested.
depending on future games. I would say
Yeah,
it's
I
very
believe
early.
they play in Australia next. It will be a
Yeah, I know.
tougher challenge for them.
But yeah, exactly. After all, a good net run rate for South Africa. Okay, going into the
And
future.
what about Rabada's bowling today? When
When
his team
needed,
required him, he got there and he got the wicket
yeah,
of Kusal Mendes.
agreed. I mean, if you take it that way, you have to compliment Marco Jansen's two deliveries. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
peach of delivery. Both
But
deliveries were too good.
he also got whacked for 90 odd runs. So
Yeah.
it's a
It's
positive as well as a negative. But
negative. Yeah,
now we South Africa as they won this game, they will be concentrating more in their
yeah,
positives.
exactly. Now that we have spoken about both the games, okay, which game did you feel like a much watchable game for you today?
I felt the second game was the most exciting game. I thought Sri Lanka would score something around 360, but
Okay.
They lacked
Yeah,
the batting prowess.
yeah.
And
Same for
and the
me.
ball to Pathun Nisanka, that ball from Janssen. Because Pathun
Class.
Nisanka would have means light to score in this pitch. He wouldn't get these sort of pitches in
Yeah.
going into the tournament every
And
now and then.
yeah, and another thing is if Demba Bauma keeps performing like this, no wonder I would see Riza Hendricks coming in and maybe somebody replacing Demba Bauma also,
So,
okay, as captain.
which captaincy did you like, Shakib or Bauma?
Shakib played smart cricket today, okay, especially right from the beginning. I mean, he's contributed along with it, right? Uh, yeah, one of our subscribers asked us, "Did Delhi pitch surprise you?" Yes, we said that
Yeah,
in the
it
beginning.
surprised us. It was a high scoring belter. It's like Karachi, Karachi or Multan pitch coming into
Yeah,
our capital, Karachi. Never
I mean,
expected it in
it
Delhi.
was a highway
Yeah,
after all. Yeah,
and India is playing Afghanistan in Delhi, so it is going to be a high scoring game.
hopefully,
Yeah,
unless the curator decides to change it. Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
moving forward for tomorrow's encounter, do
Oh,
you want a
Sunday
close
blockbuster.
encounter?
Of course. See, there's none of the games being competitive enough. I want a proper India Australia game. Do you remember that 2011 World Cup game, semi-final India
Ahmedabad.
versus? I mean, I want games like that. Okay, go to the end and win it, guys. So,
Who are you
uh,
rooting for? Definitely.
I mean, no doubt, no brainer, okay, about that. But I want a competitive game. Australia has been a very dominating squad, okay. Especially if you see the calendar year, they have been really good. After all, they had some bad results coming from the South African
And
series,
also injuries. Injuries also followed them, right?
injuries. But now that they have fully packed team, there are no reasons to go about. Same with India. India is also a full packed team. So uh, that's about India and Australia. I'm looking forward to. Sorry, guys, this is not toddy as one of our subscribers was asking. It's just a lemonade that I've been having to just
That's
go by
fine.
the
That's fine.
weekend.
And Shubman Gill needs lot of Nimbu Pani, I guess. He's he's recovering from dengue. I believe. Is it positive or negative? India will be scratching their heads with Shubman Gill's
Exactly. So Dravid
condition.
has given us a ray of hope until tomorrow morning. Let's see what happens. As fans, we are hoping Gill has to step up tomorrow and play that game. But after all, your health takes
We
priority.
have a replacement in lights of Ishan Kishan.
Of
He is a
course,
vibrant opener as well.
he's a direct opener for me after
Yeah.
Shubman Gill. Okay, that's about one more thing that I'm looking for. What are the matchups you're looking for tomorrow? Before I say
Um,
mine, I would like to hear from you.
since you are an RCB fan, I would be loving Virat versus Stark. You would
Okay.
have played him in nets, also that rivalry is must. And one more thing, Maxwell against Kuldu. Maxwell
Oh,
against Jaddu. Maxwell against Jaddu. Jaddu has outclassed Maxwell so many times in IPL. So that is also one challenge.
yeah, I mean the matchup that I am looking forward is a different one after all. Okay, it's Bumrah versus Smith and the
Okay.
top order
Okay.
of the Aussie batting, especially David
And
Warner, who's been
Siraj,
really good touch.
Siraj taking on Warner.
Uh could be, but I mean in the past, if you see, Warner has been having an upper hand on Siraj. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe it's time for Siraj to give it back. But I am hoping for a Bumrah show tomorrow.
One more thing, Binoy, if you need a close match tomorrow, if close match happens tomorrow, in India or Australia wouldn't go top of the table.
Yeah. I mean, that is fine. See, there is 9 games to go. So let the table start flowing in halfway into the World Cup, okay? Let's not
Okay.
worry about who's on the top, net run rate, nothing. You need
And
that 2 points, get that 2 points. Yeah.
again, guys, we are going to do watch along in coming series. So be in touch with us.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
moving forward today, one more thing: India won a gold in Asian Games.
Yeah, on the other hand, Bangladesh also won a bronze medal.
Yeah,
So
that was a bit of surprise. They defeated Pakistan. Yeah, although it was a rain curtail game, but Bangladesh showed their mettle and they won a
yeah, I
bronze
know.
medal.
So apparently Bangladesh needed some 4 runs of the last ball to win it,
Ah,
okay? And they hit a boundary, is what I heard. I didn't watch the game, but that was how it went.
yeah.
So one of our subscribers says Aussie will dominate, but India will
Let's
win.
wait and watch. Let's wait and watch.
Let's wait and watch.
सबका
So
दिन आता है.
yeah, I mean, one more thing, guys. Stay along with us. I mean, watch along could start very soon.
And did you find it little bit of unfairness towards Afghans because of the final match being rain curtailed?
I mean, if you talk about it today, it's not like I wouldn't call it unfair because rules are set from the beginning. If you want a debate to happen between a fair call and unfair call, then the rules have to be set straight before the tournament.
But I
Because
felt it was harsh on them because the team
first
which
final, first
yeah
final,
the
yeah,
the team which achieved a lot in this tournament was Afghanistan. I felt that way.
yeah, yeah. Pakistan go medalless, says one of
Yeah.
our subscriber, but happens. After all, it is
It's
a
a
game
it's
of
game
cricket.
of sports. Now they
Yeah,
will be medalless in next event. They might get medals, so it happens.
yeah. So, fans, comment down how the game will turn out tomorrow between India and Australia. We're all waiting to watch that game at 2 p.m. Uh, we have our other things moved out of the schedule just to watch this great encounter between the
India and Australia.
kangaroos and the men in blue. So today was
Will
not a day for
will
men in
India
blues.
make a
Will it be
kangaroo
tomorrow?
curry tomorrow, or Australia will outsmart us?
Exactly. Let's wait and watch. So that's it from us at Fundamentals in this live show today.
Like,
We will be
share, and
going,
subscribe.
yeah, we'll be going live at the same time tomorrow. Stay along, guys, for more updates. Let's go. Fundamentals.
Fundamentals.
Thank you.